Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Today we look at markups and discounts, but you'll probably be relieved to know that this just involves basic applications of percentages that you already know. So firstly, let's make sure we know what these terms actually mean. So markup is just when, say, business sells something for more than it costs to make. So, of course, they have to do that to survive. And discount, you've probably seen this a million times when a company reduces the price of something. So sometimes it'll be given a dollar amount, sometimes it'll be a percent. So it makes sense to say the item's been marked up by $20. It also makes sense if you say the item's been marked up by 30%. So actually calculating the cost of markups and discounts is really just what we were doing last lesson with percentage increase and decrease. So let's go ahead and look at an example. So we'll have a go at this question on the screen. So company places 140% markup on all its items, and if it costs them $50 to make a camera, how much would they sell it for? So this is just saying we want to increase $50 by 140%, and you know how to do that. Remember, what we do is we take the quantity, the amount, so 50, and increasing it by 140%, we times by 1 plus the percentage over 100, because of course 140% is 140 over 100. So this calculation is just 50 increased by 140%. So if you put this on your calculator, you will get $120. So therefore, the company should sell it for $120. So the selling price is $120. Usually we call it a selling price. Okay, let's just look quickly at a discount question. Okay, so this one, car costs $30,000, discounted by 22%. So this is the same as saying, let's decrease 30,000 by 22%. So you know from the previous lesson, the way we do that is similar to what we did above. Sorry about that. We take 30,000 and then we times by 1, and this time minus the percentage. 22% is just 22 over 100. And so if you put that in your calculator, you should get 23,400. Again, you should write a sentence. So saying therefore now costs, or the selling price if you like, is 23,400. Okay, fantastic. So please note that in this case, we knew the original price and we were just increasing or decreasing it. But now what we're going to do is we're going to look at an example where you don't know the original price and you're going to use the markup or discount to find the original price. So please pause the video and copy this down if you need. Okay, so in this one, we're saying a cologne originally cost a certain amount, it was discounted by 25%, and the selling price is $350. So again, you're finding the original price. You're finding what price, when you discount by 25%, gives you $350. So again, I'm going to show you how to do it formally, but of course there will be a quicker way to do it that I'll show you. So we don't know what it originally costs, and we want to find that out. So let's just let X equal the original cost. So this is the cost before it was discounted. So what I've done is I've taken the original cost and I have decreased it by 25%. So remember, that's the same as timesing by 1 minus 25 over 100. Okay, now I was told in the question that that new price is $350. So I can just evaluate this part. If I put that on my calculator just to make things easy, that equals 0.75 or 3/4. So then I've got 0.75x equals 350, and of course if you want to find x, you just divide 350 by 0.75. And so if you put that on your calculator, the answer you get is 466.6 recurring. So when we're doing anything with money, always round it to 2 decimal places, unless the question says otherwise. So it's 466.67. So it cost that originally, we discount it by $25, and we now get $350. But of course, you don't need to go through this whole process of solving forming an equation and then solving one. You could simply jump to this step. It's just the selling price divided by 0.75. Because what we're actually saying when we discount something by 25% is that we're only paying 75% of the cost. So 75% of the original cost is $350. Let's look at another example. So this question, though worded a bit differently, is essentially the same question. So if the cost price of an item is marked up by 40%, it now costs $168. What was the original cost? So selling price, of course, means how much it's sold for. So it's being sold for $168. We don't know what the cost price is, though. We've just taken a cost, added 40%, and ended up with $168. So we could go through the process of setting up an equation and then solving it like I did in the previous example. But the quick way to do it is to notice that when you mark something up by 40%, what you're doing is you're paying 140% of the cost price. That's what marking something up or increasing something by 40% is. It's the same as finding 140% of that item. So what we're saying is that 140% of the cost price is 168. So 140% of cost price equals 168. So the cost price will just be 168. Now, finding 140% of something is the same as timesing by 1.4. So this is the same as 1.4 times the cost price. So to find it, I do the opposite. I go 168 divided by 1.4. And if you put that on your calculator, you get $120. So the cost price was $120, increased it by 40% to get $168. All right, there's just one more type of question that I need to show you. Okay, so now we're going to look at questions where you have to calculate the percentage. So you might notice that in all the examples I've just done, the percentage was already given to you. You were told what the percent markup or the percent discount was. But in these questions, you're going to have to calculate what the percent markup or discount is. And you just use either of the formula here. So this is like finding one quantity as a percent of another. So let's do a couple of quick examples. So here, item costs $2.50 to make, we sell it for $4, what's the percentage markup? So here we're finding the percentage. So the actual markup, I told you at the very start of the video, markup can be a percent or an amount. So this has been marked up, so I'm calling it MU for markup. It's been marked up by $1.50. So that's what goes on top of the formula here. So then the percentage markup, so you want to find it as a percent, equals the amount that it's been increased by, divided by the cost price, so that's $2.50, not $4, make sure you get that right, and then times that by 100%, put it on your calculator, and you just get 60%, okay? Easy as. So this has been marked up by 60%. I'll just do one more example with a discount. So here again, you're told what the original cost of an iPod was, $350, now costs $200, and you have to find the percentage discount. So again, you're not told the percentage discount, you have to calculate it, and we're just going to use this bottom formula here, easy as. So the total discount, I'm just going to call that D, is of course $350 minus $200, or $150. So the percentage discount equals the amount of the discount over the original price, so what it cost before the discount, and then you times that by 100%. Actually, you don't need to put these $sign in or whatever. And so if you put that on your calculator, you get 42.8571. I'm just going to round it to 2 decimal places. So your answer is a percent. So therefore, the cost of the iPad has been discounted by 42.86%. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.